If you're a student thinking about college, internship applications, or just the future, period, and feeling worried about what it takes to stand out compared to the thousands of other folks in the same shoes as you, this video is for you. Chasing the perfect checklist, that is, when it comes to college, the perfect GPA, number of clubs, volunteering, might actually be the worst way to stand out, whether for college or for life. In this video, we'll show you how building a path that feels authentic to you can 10x your success more than following a plain old checklist ever can. So I've noticed that there's this checklist trap that most folks tend to fall into. They try to build a resume that feels competitive based on that. And as they go into work, it turns into some other flavor of the same cookie cutter stuff, because we're looking around and we're comparing ourselves to others and we're trying to be the creme de la creme out of what we're comparing. The problem with doing something like this is that everyone ends up looking the same. That is well-rounded, but forgettable. Hitting a checklist also can be exhausting when you're trying to compete on a million different points. And the truth is that even perfect resumes can get rejected for being too generic or inauthentic. Worst of all, in my opinion, when we try to go for hitting generic checklists in life, we're not building skills that might be relevant to our strengths, curiosities, or values. Skills that can compound over time to open really unique doors for us. In the end, you don't really stand out by doing everything or even the short list of things that you're told to do. You stand out by doing what matters. In my case, whether it was when navigating school or when studying to get into Harvard Law, or when navigating my career and all its pivots after that through law to business to tech, I gotta say that the recipe of success for me wasn't following the crowd as much as it was following my own curiosity. And I'd love to share with you guys a few thought prompts that I think are important to keep in mind when you're trying to follow that same curiosity. What does it even mean to follow my curiosity? The first thing I think you should ask is, what excites you? Like, what do you explore when no one's watching? And yeah, you might say, I'm just like mindlessly scrolling or playing video games. I'd push you to really think a bit more deeply about this in a more granular way. Like, if you had to log all the things that you're doing in a day, what are the kinds of activities that make you come alive? What are the topics that get you endlessly curious even when you're not being graded on it? Follow that curiosity, not just what looks good on an application, even if you're not sure what it can lead to right now. Think about the kinds of activities that light you up. Deep interest beats shallow participation in like 10 different things. Focus more on doing 2 or 3 things that you're excited about rather than 10 things that you think you need to do. When you're curious, you are able to bring more sustained energy along with discipline and commitment. That can allow you to explore paths in a much deeper way than just, I think I should do this. That specific journey leads to specific expertise that makes you memorable. It gives you way more interesting stories than, I just did this thing because I thought I should, right? And the truth is, the energy behind that passion is visible. People can tell when you're doing something because it lights you up and because you care. So why not show them that energy by pursuing what you enjoy? Thinking about what you're excited about, even making a daily log about what kind of activities make you come alive, thinking about 2 or 3 things that are really exciting. How does that lead to a list of accomplishments that you can really get behind? I know you might be wondering that. And I'd say pair that focused curiosity with learning by doing. Try building things. Real learning happens when you build, not just when you study or just conceptualize ideas. Start small. Maybe it's a newsletter that you just write for a few friends, or a blog, or an app, or a small school initiative that you're not sure matters to others. Projects are proof of initial building. They show what you can do and how you're applying your ideas, not just what you've studied. And also, don't fear failure. Showing up builds resilience, builds discipline. And responding to what you like about what you're doing, thinking about that as you're building. What aspects of this do I really enjoy? What aspects of these are hard but feel like questions I can try and answer? That builds clarity. And that combination of resilience discipline and clarity is really, really, really powerful. And so while others are going to be out there listing their achievements, you'll have more than a checklist to rattle off. You'll actually have real stories and outcomes. I think the general thread behind all of this is the idea of owning your path. Don't wait for permission, right? Create your own playbook. Being original and following your own journey gets you way more notice than being perfect. College and career success, yes, that will all come, right? That will come from showing who you are, not who you copied. And alongside this, in the long run, what this leads to is a mindset that allows you to feel much more fulfilled, confident, alive, and in control of that unknown journey that lies ahead of you. All right, so here's the challenge for you, mindset-wise. What does it mean to stop chasing checklists and start doing your thing? This week, feel free to share with me one activity that you're doing just for the resume and how you might replace that with 1 hour on something that actually scratches an itch for you or that truly fascinates you. Can't wait to hear it.